Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are you? Welcome to the show at Rise Up Show with me, your host, the Queen Bee, Dani. How are you feeling? As we chat this morning to the devilishly handsome, the fabulously wonderful, the incredibly knowledgeable Mr. Fidel Bohill, the modern man. Good morning. Jodie Sol, good morning. Fabna Reddy, good morning. Elise Woodbine, good morning. The devilishly handsome Ian Dixon, good morning, sir.
Shut up, for fuck's sake. Jesus.
The fantastic Lizzie Jackson Barrett, good morning. Josephine Sandra, everybody, good morning. Good morning. I forgot to put myself in the stream. What an idiot. Good morning, everybody. I've got pens. I'm like Marge Simpson. I've got pens in my ear and all kinds. Hello, hello. Come on in. Come and get a cuddle this fine Tuesday morning. I'm on my own today. It's just me and you guys. So here's what's going to go down. First time in ages I've sat on purpose to watch. I love it, Nina. You'll have to watch on purpose on Friday because you're coming to join us. Are you not, Nina? It's Spencer. Very excited. Look at my cup. I'll show you my cup. Strong women need strong drinks. This is a very, very strong herbal tea. Not that kind of herbal. Pop your pitchforks down. This is a Twinings, some posh, you see, new money. Glow, which is apparently strawberry and cucumber. Is quite nice. But good morning, everybody. Come on in. Come and get a cuddle this Tuesday. How are you feeling? I am feeling good. We did have a guest planned for the show, but they were unable to make it. And they cancelled late last week. And I thought, you know what? I wanted to spend a little bit of time with you this morning talking about the things that I'm doing to try and pull me through this little foggy patch that I'm driving through at the minute in my head, this little bit of pea soup that I've stumbled upon. So I thought I would do that. So the first things first, my face does not look fit for the telly, does it not? Let's make that happen. I've been drinking Twanny's matcha. It's delicious. Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of them. So I've made a number of decisions. This is part of what I want to talk to you about today. So, as some of you know, or most of you know that follow me, I did a post on Friday and I was talking about, look, trust the process here whilst you're watching me put my makeup on, you lot. It doesn't look like it should do. This is like a red correction situation just for the little bit of pink on my cheek. So green cancels out red. So if you use a little bit of that in a primer, and it just helps like dull any glow you've got going on there with any red. So yeah, I'm going to look all kinds of silly as I complete my transformation this morning. It'll only be a quick one. But this morning I want to talk to you about the things that I'm doing to drive through this fog that I'm in. I posted on Friday about how I was feeling, the fact that I kind of stumbled a little bit. Not in life, like everything's okay. I kind of want to put that right at the top of the show. I'm okay. So everyone's going, oh, we're really worried. You've no reason to be worried about me. The thing is, what I'm experiencing and being very vocal about right now is what I know a lot of you are experiencing, and a lot of people in the online space are experiencing, but they're not talking about it, you lot. We are trying to do things a little bit differently over here at IATQB HQ. We are not going to put on any kind of show other than this show. What a show. For the purpose of attraction marketing. It doesn't serve anybody anymore. Like, what is this perfection of which you speak? It's absolute and utter bollocks. Absolute and utter bollocks. I know fine well that I am not the only person feeling like a bit foggy at the moment. It's the only way I can describe it. It's like stumbling through a pea soup where I know all the things that I want to do. Last time I felt like this, I was in employment, and it has absolutely nothing to do with my job. Nothing to do with my job at all. I know this because I've got all of my one-to-ones that are booked in, all my sessions that are booked in, all of my delivery off of the back of that incredible launch, all of my clients that I've got, and I love turning up for them. And I love the work that we're doing. So anyone that's been having one-to-ones with me lately will know that your girl is bringing the fire. We are having an incredible time in a work capacity. So it's not, oh God, Dani's falling apart or anything like this. It's just, I'm struggling a bit with focus. I'm struggling a bit with all of I feel like, oh, I've got all the things to do. Mercury is in retrograde till the 22nd. That's what I'm blaming. Well, I mean, I can blame it on that. There's a number of things I can kind of blame it on. But actually, what I really kind of feel like is that this is going to be a natural state of flux. Everyone is tired. This has been an ultra marathon and it's been exacerbated yesterday by another 4 weeks. And I just want to, again, shout out to people that are in hospitality, people that are in the nightclub scene, people that are working entertainment. My heart is with you today. I know it was a devastating blow, one that we were kind of expecting, but still, it was an absolutely devastating blow yesterday for another 4 weeks of this situation. Arguably necessary, depending on what camp you're in. Certainly not the politics that I want to get into in the morning. But yeah, but we're tired. We're tired of uncertainty. We're tired of not knowing. We're tired of all of these things. And we're tired of doing all the normal things in a not normal way and not knowing what's coming next. So living in this state of unknown, it's hard pissing work. So add that to a ridiculous workload, because I've got a ridiculous workload, and lots of us, because as we stand in this space, lots of us are entrepreneurs or have our own businesses or even have employment and side hustles like you crazy fools. We've got all that to add to the equation as well. No wonder we are feeling tired. Tell you what, I'm tired of wearing a bloody mask. I hear you. I hear you. In fact, pardon the pun, because I don't hear you when I go to somewhere and someone's wearing a mask and I'm trying to have a conversation and we spend the whole time pulling the mask kind of slightly away from my face, going, you what? Can you just speak up for me? Because I can't hear you. Because we forget how much we actually read people's faces. And it's tiring. So I feel like what I'm experiencing, and this is why I don't want anybody to be worried about me. There is absolutely nothing to be worried about. I have an incredible team. I've got an incredible family. I've got incredible people in the sidelines. You know, I've got an incredible coach. I've got incredible mentors. You know, just you lot are fucking amazing. I'm okay, but that doesn't stop me from feeling this fog, this weird state of flux, especially after coming off of the back of hitting pretty much every single one of the goals off of my vision board. Now, that sounds like I'm being a bit princessy here. Oh, she's feeling a bit funny because she's hit all the goals. Bloody hell, she has it hard, that Dani. Well, this doesn't. She just goes hitting the goals and then she gets sad about it. It's not that. It's that I don't know what to look for next. I know what the big picture is. And that's what I want to talk to you about this morning, the things that I'm doing in the immediate to try and help me look after that big picture stuff, because the unsexy work is the work that you've got to do every day to get to the big picture stuff. And I think when you're tired and when you're overwhelmed or when you're in between things that you're doing, it can be really, it's easy to kind of slip down that slope. It isn't necessarily world domination, Shona. It's not necessarily world domination. It's more having more people understand what IATQB is all about, so more people can help each other. So it's giving each other platforms. It's giving each other ways to lift each other up in this really kind of like giving way, as opposed to, you know, every man for himself. Let's just all like sell to each other and all of this. Like, let's just share each other's successes and hold each other through each other's challenges. And the more people that know about this, the more successful we can be. That, and also the Fly Anyway Foundation is really like high on the list of the things that we need to get moving. And I think that in and of itself, the more we delve into it, the more we realize all of the hoops that we've got to jump through to create this foundation properly, not just throw it together and hope for the best. Actually do it so that it's going to have a real lasting legacy and impact. It's a lot. That's a whole nother business in itself. And IATQB is like big in terms of how much is required. So what we are saying, I'm honestly never been so burnt out, beyond exhausted. I've completed my counselling degree and I want to move forward, but I feel like I've got nothing left to give. Yeah, and I was literally driving 2 weeks ago. I was literally driving along the motorway on the way from, can't even remember where it was now. That's how much time I spent on the motorway. And all my brain, you know, when we're talking about listening and connecting with yourself and all of that sort of stuff, a lot of my meditation, even though I'm concentrating, is done in the car. I've got no distractions, you see. I've got nothing going on. Just me, the road, and my thoughts. And all I could see was like me with a little flag going, help. In this really pathetic voice, is all I could hear is like, help. I just need help. So that was like a bit of a wake-up call. Like, I didn't ever want to feel that tired again. I don't feel burnt out. I don't feel like I'll go take to my bed for a few weeks and go and take all this time off. I don't feel like this, but I definitely need to do something. So I needed to have a look at everything. So what I've done over the past week, so as I've shared with you already, I have sought to expand my team. From a social media point of view, from a production researcher point of view, we're going to refresh what's happening with the show. So the show, I love. I don't know about you guys, but I really dig the show at Rise Up Show. You know, it gets me out of bed in the morning. It brings me to the table. It allows me to share incredible people with you all. But I found the format get quite, it's just a lot of the same. So I'm like, what can we do to give it a little bit of a shake up? So we're going to have a break from the show, and I've got a new format, which is going to be brilliant. It's going to keep it snappier. It's going to keep it, we're going to do things. Oh, do I tell you? I don't want to tell you yet. Oh God, I can never keep anything to myself from you. Like, I want to tell you everything. So, we're going to have you guys a lot more involved with the show. So we're going to be running competitions on the show. We are going to be doing daily focuses on the show. So anybody who wants to kind of get into this like journaling as means of success, you can't take the show away. It's what gets me out of bed. It's not going anywhere. So there are going to be competitions involved in the show. There are going to be, because I know that they're the things that work really well. There's going to be, we have a production researcher that's coming into place to create a lineup that you deserve. So really interesting, interactive, diverse is the important thing. People coming into the show to share their incredible stories. So we're going to go and find them now instead of just making it free for all. Making sure that we've got more than enough. I say enough, there's never enough. People of colour, members of the disabled community, LGBTQ plus people, like just more from a wide range. We need to talk about things from lots of different perspectives so that we can all understand each other better. And I really want to create that platform here for this, showing up, rising up together. We can't do that if it's, you know, all of us just white women all together. We can't, that's not how change is made. So making sure that we've got a diverse lineup, taking real responsibility for that now. Looking at things like the miracle morning. So for example, what I'm doing now, is get up really early in the morning, do some sort of movement, some sort of journaling, some sort of meditation, some sort of learning, and then some sort of visualization type work. So to help you in that space, if you can't make time for it, but you've got this on in the background. I know some of you use this like a podcast or the radio, and you know that at 9:30 I'm on, and you kind of pop this on your phone and you in the background while you're doing your washing up or work or whatever it is that you're doing. I'm actually going to be, and this is a shout out because I want to get these things in place like before. I'm going to be doing a daily card pull. So not for everybody. This is not like, oh, turn up and do your tarot. It's not that. I'm going to give us topics every day to journal on. And then in the hive, you can talk about what comes through. So like, for example, I've got these are energy oracle cards. And there's a little guidebook that comes with it. So we would, every morning, pull a card. I don't know what this card means. I'd have to read it. But say this is the card that came up. This is apparently the fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael. I'm going to keep that to one side. Shall I tell you what it means? Let's do it now. Oh, God. And I knew I'd do this. 38. Wait. So the idea is that I'd pull a card at the end or at the beginning of the show to trigger a journaling experience for you guys. So if you wanted to, nice. If you wanted to journal on something, but you don't know what to write about, then you've got something here. Now, yes, we're going to do oracle cards, energy cards. I've got the moonology cards. But lots of you, I know a number of you out there are creating card decks yourselves. If you are doing that, please will you let me know so I can purchase a card deck, and then we will use a card deck every week. So we will do like a focus. I'll show you the card deck, tell you where you can get it from, and then we'll do a card pull once a day every 5 days. And that's what we're going to do, just as a little bookend on the show. So that's not going to be like the show itself, but just an example of the ways that we're going to mix it up a little bit, so it isn't just me and then some talking and then a little bit of me again. We're going to have little segments in the show. So this one, because I inadvertently pulled as a card, right? 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. Love, compassion, and self-acceptance. Well, if we need this or not this morning. Raphael extends a beautiful green energy surrounded by gentle waves of pink to your heart center. This card upright indicates that you now have a greater readiness to receive love from others as well as from yourself. It could also indicate a much needed healing from a previous broken heart is taking place. I hear that. Does anyone else hear that? The tender vibrations of Raphael remind you to encourage yourself with the compassionate self-talk that you desire to hear from others. Know that as you do, the light from your heart center will shine with an irresistible beauty, and the universe will send people and situations that cause your sense of love and support to grow and grow. Nice. Like a bit of that. Thank you very much. So just at the end of the show, when we come back, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to do a little cheeky card pull and then an affirmation. My heart center, my 4th chakra, is open to its perfect, healthy, and joyful state. The energy of love flows through me now. I live in love. Nice. I needed this card too, Christine. See? And it's nice just to hear that. It's like, I'm not getting all mystic, Megan. You don't get me wrong. I don't know what I'm doing with bloody card pulling and all kinds. But learning from my fabulous friend Gemma Ray, if you don't know Gemma Ray, do go and check her out. She's fab. She did a daily journaling where she just had like a tarot deck or a card deck, and it just triggered a way of writing about whatever it is that she's thinking about. So if you're feeling a little bit uninspired and you don't know what you're journaling on or how to journal, having a card deck to pull from, you just write down what that means to you every day. And it's really, 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 it's a really, really healthy practice. So yeah, so we're going to be doing that. So anybody got any favorite card decks or anything like that? You can either send me one or let me know. I'll send you the money. Or if you want to share in the group, I might actually go into the IATQB Hive today and say, what are your favorite card decks? I might buy myself some card decks and then we'll just do them on a rotation. So yeah, that's just one of the plans. But this all, the reason why I'm telling you this is because it all comes down to intentions. And in my sort of reflective period, what I've realized is that I'm going to need to wrap myself up in a bit of care and in a bit of self-love. And as part of that, I'm going to do this miracle morning situation as best I can, even though this morning I fell back asleep directly, like in the middle of my meditation. I only woke up in time for the school run. But I woke up. The intention was better than I did last week, you know. So I'm just going to continue trying. I am not getting anything perfect. I'm not getting it all right straight away. But one of the things that I've found that I have missed is because I've ticked everything off on my vision board, I've literally nothing on my vision board at the moment. Everything that felt good on my vision board has now come to life. And as such, I think one of the reasons why I feel in a little bit of sort of flux is that I don't know what I'm working towards. Like, I've nothing short term to work towards. I've nothing to get any fire in my belly, anything that I really want. And then I think this sort of next level is about finding that. It isn't sort of necessarily climbing the rope from one launch to the next, try and make more money each time, because that's not my driver. I don't want to make more money each time. I mean, I ain't going to say no, but That isn't my driver. That's not the reason why I do any of this. If I was doing everything for the money, I wouldn't be turning up here every single morning over a year. You know? So with that in mind, I've got to find some things now that are going to fill me up, that are going to be achievements that aren't really, that maybe not necessarily financially related, that aren't necessarily with that in mind. I think there is definitely needs some work around my health, 100% in fact. Work around my health, how I feel about myself. Because although I'm very grateful for myself and I love myself, I am still in a position where I am not at my healthiest. I have not been behaving in a healthy way. So I need to make sure that I'm going to do that. So I've decided that I'm not going to drink for a little bit. Not because I was drinking massively excessively or in a way that was worrisome. And those days have been gone. But definitely in a way that I was feeling the next day. Just feeling grotty and shitty. And that's definitely me drinking in that kind of manner is not making me feel good. So it's not enough to like get drunk. I'm not getting drunk of an evening, but I'm feeling groggy and heavy the next day. Is anybody else getting that? Does anyone else hear me when I say that? Because there are nights when I can easily, well, I used to, I can't really now. I could get through one bottle of wine and then think, oh, where's that bottle of wine gone? I'll just go and open another one. But you could definitely feel that creeping back up. I think a lot of people experienced this at the beginning of lockdown as well. But yeah, seeing the incredible work that people like Chrissy Wright do, you know, seeing my friends go sober, so to speak, and how much better they feel is definitely something that I want a large slice of. Because for the next bit of IATQB, it's going to require me to be healthy. It's going to require me to be energetic. It's going to require me to, you know, really have my beans together. And not looking after myself means that that's going to be quite difficult. So I think I'm going to get my on my vision board, definitely my health. Yeah, I'm like that with wine sometimes. You just get through it. You can just get through it. What are we all saying? I love the affirmations attached to them. Yes, yeah. I'm excited to do that. So I'm going to see if I can find it so I can show you. I'm really struggling with healthy choices. I'm tired, so I order takeout, which isn't healthy. Same. I'm absolutely shattered by the time it comes to the end of the day. I'd ordered HelloFresh, but I've become increasingly disillusioned with them. So on the to-do list today is Mindful Chef. So I know, apparently, according to you guys, you've recommended to me that Mindful Chef is slightly better. So HelloFresh is all right, but it's all mince. It's all like the quality of the meat that you get with it isn't that great. So everything's sort of mince-based or pasta-based. And I was just, it's nice to start with, but I need a little bit more variety. And I need certainly more vegetables. So it was definitely a step in the right direction, but still it's not kind of ticking all the boxes. So I'm going to have a look at Mindful Chef. So yeah, what I was going to do is show you my previous goal board, and I want to show you my current goal board. And I'm going to add to it. I'm going to have to shoot them on with a challenge. Yeah, if anyone needs to go for Lisa's challenge, go do it. It's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. You can catch up on this. Where is it? Vision board. Here it is. I don't know why that music came on in my head. Can I see it? Might have to do a little search for it. Let me know what you guys do around intention setting and goal vision boarding. Do any of you do vision boarding? Let me know. I am interested to see what your practices are. Please do share with the group. Share, because there are loads of different ways to do this. My cousin, if you haven't heard or met my incredible cousin, Sarah Stone, there it is. she actually, I'm going to show you my new one in a minute. It's just behind me here. She actually helps people create activated vision boards using the sounds really woo, and it is, but it is amazing, using the principles of feng shui. So she uses the principles of feng shui on vision boards to help them become even more activated. So using sort of ancient arts of sort of Chinese feng shui, and also like room and desk setup as well. So that's what I'm going to be doing. But this is my previous one from a couple of years ago. I wonder if I can show you. If I press play on that. Oh, you lot have gone now. Where have you gone? Share screen, window, this one. Let's see. Right, so this is my this is like OG. This is my original vision board. So just a couple of years ago, January 2018, this was on there. So a couple of things actually in reminder I haven't actually been able to do because of travel restrictions. So one was to become an author, big tick. The other, how to launch a career as a motivational speaker, actually have that career launched as a career instead of just like a little side hustle. Be on the telly. I was actually on the telly last year. I was on Channel 5, and I'm going to be on the telly in the new year, but I can't tell you about that yet. Buy a new house, which I've been able to do. When I put that picture on the board, when I put this picture on the board, I had absolutely, my house doesn't look like that, by the way, but it has a garden, a drive, a double garage, has all the things. It was double fronted, had all the things that I kind of wanted. So it's just a little bit smaller. Cut off these little side bits, and that's what it looks like. So yeah, I was like, buy a house. But when I put that picture on, I had absolutely no idea at all how I was going to make a new house happen. Here is Lapland. So I want to put that as soon as we could travel, I'm going to book. But I want this hotel is actually called the Circantati in a village called Levi. And the reason why this particular one is on there is because I used to work there. So I used to live in Finland. I did a winter season over in Finland as an entertainment rep. And I always promised myself when I had kids, I would take my kids there. So that's on the goal, but I want to be able to book the Circumtati to go and to take my kids. It's a really luxury hotel. The great thing is in my traveling days that I actually got to travel all over the world to these luxury places. I just worked there. I didn't get to sort of be there. New car. So I got Barry. New look. This is a funny one. And the more I realize this, the more I realize that I've ticked this off. When I put on weight, was no longer able to just walk into New Look and buy something off of the shelf. So being a size 2022, it is relatively difficult. Well, it's not so much now, but relatively difficult, certainly 3 years ago, to just walk into a store on the high street that wasn't specifically plus size and pick something off of the shelf. And I was like, I just want to go into New Look and buy something in New Look, like I always have done from as far back as I can remember. So that's more tied up in my health, I think, than it is actually tied up with the fact that New Look's on there. And this is just to have enough money in the bank. That's actually £1 million. To have enough money in the bank to be comfortable, to not worry anymore. And there's something here around singing. Again, there's something coming up that I can't tell anybody about, but there is something coming up around singing that might have that one coming up. So actually, this goal board isn't inspiring for me anymore, because actually everything on there is achieved. It's like box ticked. And that's not me to say, oh, that's great, but like, where do I go from there? So here, look at this. This is beautiful. If you want to know more about this particular thing, you want to check out my girl, Creative Feng Shui. So this is Sarah Stone, the work of Sarah Stone. And each of these sections, are dependent on when you were born and all sorts of stuff. You have to do that work with her. you have different sections that mean different things. So one section might mean family, another section might mean joy, another section might mean abundance, one is fame and reputation, another is travel. So on each of these things, you put what your intentions are, and you use the now and abundant language. So the idea is, like, I just kept a couple of these on for an example because I did do a set of these, and then how weird is this? This is how magical these things are. As they happened, they fell off, like they just peeled off, or so I've stuck a couple on just to show you. So what you would do is you would put like a symbol or a picture of a thing, very specific thing that it is that you're after, and then write words that are in the now that relate to your goal. So this, for example, my clients pay in full, because that was something that never ever used to happen. I never ever used to have clients that paid in full. Whereas this particular launch, insane, absolutely insane, the amount of clients that just paid in full. And I'd already set the standard of that in my practice, that when I am a client for people, I prefer to pay in full now. And it's that kind of karmic thing going on. So yeah, I want my clients to pay in full, but I'd never experienced that before. It was something that I was intrigued to experience. So I started the ball rolling. I started to pay people in full where I was able to, if I was able to. And in return, I started to see, didn't ask these clients to pay in full. And a lot of them did, in a jaw-dropping like amount of people. I easily manifest more money than I need. So this is about the abundance. So more like, if for example, you've got in your sort of vision, you want to earn, I don't know, £5,000. So your abundant language would be, I easily create £5,000 turnover within my business and more. So it's always on the other side, so that you're not providing the universe or yourself, however it is you look at it, you're no longer providing yourself with limits. You keep things limitless. So it keeps that energy flowing around. It is so interesting. Sarah could teach you far more about it than I, but I am a card carrying evangelist when it comes to that particular vision board. You like get a picture. Look, I've got a picture. Like this goes in the middle, right? Oh God, it's so big. This picture goes in the middle. So you put a picture of you in the middle, like you're calling it into you. It's so interesting. I bloody love it. So that is some of the work that I'm going to be doing over the next few days, specifically around vision boarding. If anybody does want to be doing any vision boarding work, I'll bang a thread up in the IATQB Hive. I'm not doing any kind of sessions specifically on it in the Hive because it isn't my area of expertise, but I am doing the Summer Swarm strategy sessions in a couple of weeks' time. So if any of you want to be having a look at your visions and your focus and then put those plans into action, then you want to get yourself on the Summer Swarm, and then we can work out the how, or at least facilitate some space for you to work out the how. So if you do want to know more about the Summer Swarm strategy workshops, they're just in a couple of weeks' time. They are in Glasgow, Manchester, London, Birmingham, and Glastonbury. If you want to come along, there are spaces available. Please do get in touch, because we could take those visions and start to make them a reality, because this is the intention setting. This is like setting your sat nav and setting the sat nav for the universe, however you want to look at it, no matter how you look at it. But it then allows you to navigate appropriately, because that was what was missing. If I look at last week, I didn't know where I was driving to anymore. All of a sudden, I'm driving around with no destination. I'd achieved it. I'm in my house. I'm comfortable. The girls are okay. I'm okay. Wallace is okay. Like what? I'm driving around with nowhere to go, running out of petrol. Well, of course I am. So there is a period of refueling that needs to occur. So the way that I'm doing that is by engaging in them success practices. So those success practices are things like the Miracle Morning. If you've never checked out the Miracle Morning, please do. But the idea is this guy called Hal Elrod did a study of lots of successful people, and he found that they all did one or a number of 6 things. They either sat in silence, they meditated every day. They affirmed, so they would speak in the now language with regards to what it is that they have or are creating. There's no I want, or there's none of this. It's that I am creating this. This is what's happening. They're already calling it into being. So yeah, silence, affirmations, visualization, so actually seeing it in their head. Once you can see where it is that you're going really specifically in your head, it becomes very magnetic to be able to move towards it. VE, exercise, so actually moving your body and allowing you to generate motion and emotion. R, reading, so learning and growing every day, either in the field that you require or in a periphery field. And then S, scribing, writing down, journaling, just ejecting all of those thoughts from your head and really sort of setting your intentions in stone. So that is something that I'm going to be doing every day, to not in an attempt, I know this works, I've done this before, as a means of pulling myself out of how I've been feeling. That doesn't mean that I'm going to get it right every day. This morning I did not get it right, and it was really difficult not to beat myself up for it. Oh man, you're only on day 2, you're fucking it up already. Might as well give it up now till next Monday, and then next Monday comes along. And it's that kind of habit breaking that I'm contending with. I don't know if any others of you feel this. Do you feel this? That you do something, your day 1 feels dead good, and then day 2 you fuck it up some way and you go, oh, no, I might as well not do it now because you only got to day 2. So I'm just allowing myself that kindness that I can only do one thing at a time, and at least some of it done is better than none of it done. Having a to-do list. I wrote myself in my intentions yesterday, a big long to-do list. I had really grand intentions for yesterday, and I got halfway through the day and I was exhausted because I have to remember that I'm actually exhausted. So yeah, it's great having these grand intentions, but you also need to allow for flexibility and love and self-care in the middle of it all. It is quite a journey, you lot, and very pertinent that we've had the guests on that we have had on these past few weeks. It's been a bit of a journey for me as I've been talking to these incredible humans and really thinking about, you know, what it is that they're saying and reflecting, am I doing these things in my life? And if the answer is no, do I need to? I was talking to the wonderful Laura Rowe yesterday, talking about self-care actually, and she was saying about self-care. We treat self-care as something on the to-do list. So then we almost roll our eyes when we start to think about self-care. Oh, I've got something else to do. And the way that we kind of reconcile ourselves with it is that everything that goes into your stress funnel needs decompressing at some point. And your to-do list is in there. Self-care isn't in there. Your self-care is a safety valve that you have at the side. Nina, I'm so excited to chat to you about this. It's really, really timely, really, really timely. So that is my little musings for today. That's what I'm going to be getting on with. I'm trying my very best to be kind, to be gentle with myself, to keep making those plans, to do what I can when I can and allow it, and understand that there are times of really running forward and there are times where you've just got to take a few steps slower than you are used to, and that is okay. And really, I'm saying that for me as much as I'm saying it for you. I'm never, ever in a million years ever going to come to you from a state of perfection, but I will always come to you from a state of growth, from a state of self-reflection, from a state of, here's what's going on. I see you if you feel this too. Let's not hide these bits of ourselves, you guys. If you work, particularly in the online community, there is a place for it. Yeah, come from a place of healing. Like I'm never gonna jump on here and go, oh God, my life's a state. Oh, things are awful. You know, I've got to reflect on it and make sure that I'm sharing some sort of learning with you as I'm going along. We need to do this from a place of strength, even when we're feeling a bit wobbly and a bit weak, and that's equally okay. Let's break down this perception that we've got to show up in our perfection all the time. It's utter bollocks. It's absolute bollocks. And now more than ever, I see you guys, we're tired. It's all right. How do we be gentle with ourselves and still get it? How do we be gentle with ourselves and still allow for forward motion? That is the nut that I want to crack. And I'm so glad that you lot are all on this journey with me as I work it out. It is a work in progress. Everything is a work in progress. So priorities for this week for me are trying to make as many healthy choices inside and out as I possibly can. And I want to get my vision board done. I'll share it with you when it's done. Perfection is just perception, not reality. Absolutely. Take the time offline to reflect, then share and show. Exactly that, Nina. Exactly that. Absolutely pointless if you have an audience showing up on your knees and staying on your knees. It's got to be from a place of strength. Heal first. Or if you're strong enough to heal on view, but be healing. You know, I'm not, like I said to you right at the start of the show, you guys, I'm not sad. I'm not broken. I'm not in a place where I'm worried. I'm not worried at all. This is a realization that there is always flux. There is always the rest period required. There's the slowing down to speed up thing that you think about the huge momentum wave we've all just been on. It's a big last push, we thought, towards freedom. And then, you know, we've got another 4 weeks. It just feels like that. It just feels like another 4 weeks. Okay. So I'm just in that gathering myself situation. I'm really excited to share what's happening on the other side of that with you all as well. All right, my darlings, if any of you have got anything to say about this, please do share in the comments or hop on into the IATQB. Oh, you've been posting comments on the other page. Jules, I can't see. I should say this every morning and I forget. If you're watching on the Dani Wallace page on Facebook, my personal profile, for some reason I don't see your comments. I can only see it if you're on the Queen Bee Dani or if you're in the Hive. I'm so sorry. Jules, I see you though. There you are. You're not a doofus. I should remind everybody. So yeah, sending you all so much love. Please do. Please do. I'm just saying that this is my bag. It definitely is, Jules. I know it's your bag. It absolutely is. So yeah, we're just so blessed with this community. It's absolutely rich with people who are, you know, who can help people with this. So my loves, my darlings, please do make sure. I think we're like 120 away from 4,000 followers on Instagram. Please do. We do as a shout out on Insta and get people to give us a little cheeky follow. I'd love to be celebrating by the end of this week. I'd love to be celebrating at the end of this week a win with 4K followers. It'd be brilliant. And make sure you remember the IATQB Hive. If you're not already, search IATQB Hive. It stands for I am the Queen Bee, as are you, or the King Bee, or the Royal Bee, however which way you sway. But you're always welcome here. I will see you bright and breezy tomorrow as we welcome another guest for the show at Rise Up Show. In the meantime, look after yourselves, please. We need you. You are loved. You are necessary. And I will see you in the morning.